Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Dispute Resolution and Crisis Incident Management. We are now on week 2. Our learning objectives for today, we are going to realize the need to resolve disputes immediately at the barangay level and justify the needs for a barangay level settlement of disputes. So, our topic is still on alternative dispute resolution system through Presidential Decree number 1508. So, PD 1508 establishes a system of amicably settling disputes at the barangay without the need to resort to judicial resources to promote speedy administration of justice. So, who are the person responsible and how it is done? So, under Section 1 of PD 1508, we have here the creation of the Lupong Taga-Pamayapa. So the law states that there is hereby created in its barangay a body to be known as Lupong Tagapayapa, referred to as Lupon, composed of the barangay captain as chairman and not less than 10 nor more than 20 members to be constituted every 2 years in the following manner. First, any suitable person actually residing or working in the barangay, not otherwise expressly disqualified by law, and taking into account considerations of integrity, impartiality, independence of mind, sense of fairness, and reputation for probity, including educational attainment, may be appointed member. Okay? So, we have the term integrity. Alalahanin natin na those people that constitute the lupon, no, are going to mediate between two persons in conflict. So, in order for the lupon to be looked up to and respected, no, by both parties, his personality should be clean, no? Awanti pakaistoryaan na, amo tayo mutendata, baka kunanto pay dagijay concern nga parties nga kasano datayo nga maayos no isuna ket adamot laing dagiti sarili na nga problema ada pakaistoryaan na. So, integrity, impartiality, of course, that is being fair, independence of mind, and sense of fairness. Yung educational attainment need not to be requiring a college degree holder. So, as long as he or she has the other qualifications, then he can be appointed as member. A notice to constitute the lupon, which shall include the names of proposed members who have expressed their willingness to serve, shall be prepared by the barangay captain, that is within the first of every other year. Such notice shall be posted in 3 conspicuous places in the barangay continuously for a period of not less than 3 weeks. The barangay captain, taking into consideration any opposition to the proposed appointment or any recommendations for appointment as may have been made within the period of posting, shall, within 10 days thereafter, appoint as members those whom he determines to be suitable therefor. Appointments shall be in writing, signed by the barangay captain and attested by the barangay secretary. The list of appointed members of the Lupon shall be posted in 3 conspicuous places in the barangay for the entire duration of their term of office. Then we'll proceed to the oath in term of office. Upon appointment, each member of the Lupon shall take an oath of office before the barangay captain. He shall hold office until December 31 of the calendar year subsequent to the year of his appointment, unless sooner terminated by resignation, transfer of residence or place of work, or withdrawal of appointment by the barangay captain with the concurrence of the majority of all members of the Lupon. Let us proceed to the functions of the Lupon. So the Lupon shall exercise administrative supervision over the conciliation panels hereafter provided. It shall meet regularly once a month to provide a forum for the exchange of ideas among its members and the public on matters relevant to the amicable settlement of disputes. And then to enable the various panels to share with one another their observation and experiences in effecting speedy resolution of disputes. So merong ganitong mga forum para sila ay magkaroon ng interaction of ideas or knowledge on how they are going to improve kung meron na silang mga previous cases, their amicable settlement of disputes. Then we have the secretary of the Lupon, the barangay secretary shall concurrently the secretary of the Lupon. His or her functions shall note the results of the mediation process or proceedings before the barangay captain and shall submit a report thereon to the proper city or municipal court. He or she also receive and keep the records of proceedings submitted to him by the various conciliation panels. Okay. Let us proceed to the conciliation panels. There shall be constituted for each dispute brought before the Lupon a conciliation panel to be known as pangkat ng tagapagkasundo. So, it is referred to as pangkat, consisting of 3 members who shall be chosen by agreement of the parties to the dispute from the list of the membership of the Lupon. So saan mang gagaling yung 3 members ng pangkat tagapagkasundo, doon po sa mga members ng Lupon. The 3 members shall elect from among themselves the chairman and the secretary of the pangkat. The secretary of the pangkat shall keep minutes of its proceedings attested by the chairman and submit a copy thereof to the Lupon secretary into the proper city or municipal court. The Secretary of the Pangkat shall issue and cause to be served notices to the parties and give certified true copies of any public record in his custody that is not by law otherwise declared confidential. So lilinawin ko, from the lupon, makre-create yung conciliation panels na tinatawag na pangkat ng tagapagkasundo, or in short, pangkat. And then from that 3 members, they will elect themselves from among them kung sino ang magiging chairman and the secretary. Okay? What is the nature of the office of the lupon? The members of the lupon shall be deemed public officers and persons in authority. That is within the meaning of the revised penal code. Character of service. The members of the lupon or pangkat shall serve without any compensation or allowance whatsoever. Such service by any lupon or pangkat member, whether he be in public or private employment, shall be deemed to be on official time, and no such member shall suffer any diminution in compensation or allowances by reason thereof. So ang ibig sabihin nito, halimbawa yung membro ng lupon o yung pangkat ay isang teacher at nagkaroon ng isang importanteng amicable settlement wherein their presence are very much important because especially sa pangkat, they are the one concerned. They are the conciliation panel. At sila ay umabsent half day siguro sa kanilang klase. Yung absent nila shall be deemed on official time as a teacher kung teacher siya, no? So hindi ito maiaawas sa kanyang sweldo. Legal advice. The barangay captain or any member of the lupon or pangkat may, whenever deems necessary in the exercise of his functions under this decree, seek the advice of the legal advisor of the provincial, city, or municipal government. What are the subject matters for amicable settlement? So the lupon of its barangay shall have authority to bring together the parties actually residing in the same city or municipality for amicable settlement of all dispute, except, so ito po yung mga exceptions na hindi pwedeng settle ng lupon. For one party is the government or any subdivision or instrumentality thereof. Kapag ang isang sa mga taong concern ay government, no? Kung government mismo ang concern. For one party is a public officer or employee, and the dispute relates to the performance of their official functions. So wala pong pakialam dyan ng lupon. It is the employer or their subordinating officer ang mag-aayos kasi yung dispute is related to their official functions. Offenses punishable by imprisonment exceeding 30 days or a fine exceeding 200 pesos, and offenses where there is no private offended party. Now let us proceed to the venue or the place of dispute. Saan ito the place of amicable settlement, I should say. So Disputes between or among persons actually residing in the same barangay shall be brought for amicable settlement before the lupon of said barangay. No? Those involving actual residents of different barangays within the same city or municipality shall be brought in the barangay where the respondents or any of the respondents actually reside. Pero ang pipili po ay yung complainant. No? So, ano ito? Nasa pareho silang municipality or city, pero iba yung kanilang barangay. So, ang pipili ng lugar kung saan masisettle yung kaso ay yun pong victim o yung complainant. However, all disputes which involve real property or any interest therein shall be brought in the barangay where the real property or any part thereof is situated. So, ito yung exemption. Kapag ang pinag-uusapan ay real property, no? Kailangan na masettle kung saan nandoon yung real property. We will proceed to the procedure for amicable settlement. So, sino ang mag-i-initiate ng proceedings? Sino yung mag-uumpisa? So, under PD 1508, it states that any individual who has a cause of action against another individual involving any matter within the authority of the lupon may complain orally or in writing to the barangay captain of the barangay. So, ang mag-i-initiate ng proceedings ay yun pong taong concern mismo. Okay? Mediation by barangay captain. So, upon receipt of the complaint, the barangay captain shall within the next working day summon the respondents with notice to the complainant or complainants for them and their witnesses to appear before him for a mediation of their conflicting interests. If he fails in his effort within 15 days from the first meeting of the parties before him, he shall forthwith set a date for the constitution of the pangkat. So, ganito pala ang proseso. Ang una pala na mag-mediate ay yung barangay captain. No? Mag-mediate doon sa complainant and the perpetrator or the offender. Pero kapag hindi siya nag-come up ng kanyang agreement or hindi niya naayos yung gulo within 15 days, no, from the first meeting of the parties, then i-endorse niya ito sa mga pangkat. So, hearing before the pangkat shall convene not later than 3 days from its constitution on the day and hour set by the barangay captain to hear both parties and their witnesses, simplify issues, and explore all possibilities for amicable settlement. For this purpose, the pangkat may issue summons for the personal appearance of the parties and witnesses before it. In the event that the party moves to disqualify any member of the pangkat, kasi kapag yan nansamot, yan may isang tao nga concern by reason of relationship or bias, there is impartiality of decisions, interest, or any other similar grounds discovered after the constitution of the pangkat, the matter shall be resolved by the affirmative vote of the majority of the pangkat, whose decision shall be final. Sanctions. Okay, ano itong sanctions? Refusal or willful failure of any party or witness to appear in compliance with the summons may be punished by the city or municipal court as for direct contempt of court upon application filed therewith by the lupon chairman. So, halimbawa, merong si Mr. A file ng complaint niya sa barangay chairman. So, si chairman, nagbigay siya ng summon sa offender or sa doon sa perpetrator. At nagre-refuse, no? Itong si offender or the perpetrator na isubmit yung kanyang sarili or makipagkita sa chairman ng lupon, according doon sa scheduled meeting. So, ano ang mangyayari? Ulitin ko, refusal or willful failure of any party or witness. So, hindi lamang po yung perpetrator, pati yung victim, pati yung witness. To appear in compliance with the summons issued by the lupon will be punished by the city or municipal court for direct contempt. No? Further, such refusal or willful failure to appear shall be reflected in the records of the lupon secretary or in the minutes of the pangkat secretary and shall bar the complainant from seeking judicial recourse for the same cause of action and the respondent from filing any counterclaim arising out of or necessarily connected therewith. So, in addition to that, yung refusal nila, refusal ng witness, the victim or the perpetrator to appear in compliance with the summons before the lupon will be reflected. Maire-record yan, no? Through the lupon secretary, no? Or it will be recorded in the minutes of the pangkat secretary. At yung record na yun, yung pangyayari na yun, yung refusal or willful failure to appear amidst the summons given to them, shall bar the complainant from seeking judicial recourse. No? So, magiging basihan iyon ang hindi pagtanggap no? Sa kanila sa korte sa anumang complaint na isasubmit nila doon, no? So, gayon din po doon sa respondent. We call the perpetrator or yung nagkasala respondent. Gayon din sa respondent kung meron siyang balak na mag-file ng counterclaim arising out or necessarily connected with the dispute, no? Kasi dapat yung dispute or conflict meron munang unang step na gagawin dito sa barangay through the lupon. Willful failure or refusal without justifiable cause on the part of any pangkat member to act as such as determined by the vote of a majority of all the other members of the lupon, whose decision thereon shall be final. It will result in the disqualification from public office in the city or municipality for a period of 1 year. So dito naman, kapag any member of the pangkat tagapagkasundo ang hindi din naman nag-comply, no? At gumawa sa kaninyang function, being a conciliation panel, ay magiging basihan yan para ma-disqualify siya from public office in the city or municipality for a period of 1 year. Okay? Time limit. The pangkat shall arrive at a settlement or resolution of the dispute within 15 days from the day it convened in accordance with the guidelines of hearing. This period shall, at the discretion of the pangkat, pwede itong i-extend for another period of 15 days, no? Okay? Para bigyan ng panahon ng pangkat na araling mabuti yung conflict or dispute. The form of settlement, all amicable settlement shall be in writing. Doon po sa lengguwahe o na pagsasao nga maawatan by both parties. So it is signed by them and attested by the barangay captain or the chairman of the pangkat. When the parties to the dispute do not use the same language dialect, the settlement shall be written in languages, dialect or dialect known to them. So, the conciliation as a precondition for filing a complaint. Ito na yung sinasabi ko kanina. So, under PD 1508, it states there that no complaint, petition, action, or proceeding involving any matter within the authority of the lupon shall be filed or instituted in court or any other government office for adjudication unless, no, meron komprontasyon ng both parties before the lupon chairman or the pangkat, no? So, magiging kondisyon ito sa pag-file ng kaso sa korte. Not unless yung conciliation or settlement ay hindi naka-reach ng agreement between two parties. So meaning, yung dispute o conflict hindi po na-settle doon sa level ng pangkat. At dapat yung failure to settle the dispute shall be attested by the lupon or pangkat chairman. Okay? So, meron din tayong mga basis dito kung saan po pwedeng idiretso ang complaint sa court. Okay? So, parties may go directly to the court in the following cases where the accused is under detention. Yun pong offender or yung nagkasala is under detention. Where a person has otherwise been deprived of personal liberty, calling for habeas corpus proceedings, no? So yung tao ay deprived of personal liberty. So he is under the care of a certain person. Actions coupled with provisional remedies such as preliminary injunction, attachment, delivery of personal property, and support pendente late, and where the actions may otherwise be barred by the statute of limitations. Let us proceed to arbitration. The parties may, at any stage of the proceedings, agree in writing that they shall abide by the arbitration award of the barangay captain or the pangkat. Such agreement to arbitrate may, within 5 days from the date thereof, be repudiated for the same grounds. The arbitration award shall be made after the lapse of the period for repudiation and within 10 days thereafter. The arbitration award shall be in writing in a language or dialect known to the parties. When the parties to the dispute do not use the same language, dialect, the arbitration award shall be written in languages, dialects known to them. So arbitration, ito na po yung napagkasunduan na solusyon o gagawin, no, ng bawat parties, no? So pag meron ng agreement na nangyari, ito po ay this will be put in writing, no? At dapat yung dalawang party, yung complainant at saka yung respondent ay pipirma doon, no? That they are going to abide doon sa napagkasunduan, no? Meron pong 5 araw na maibibigay kung i-withdraw yung agreement, no? Baka at dati nagbabawi doon sa mga napagkasunduan, okay, during the mediation. So yung arbitration award shall be finally made by the barangay captain or the pangkat after the lapse of 5 days for repudiation and within 10 days thereafter. So magiging 15 days. So yung arbitration award shall be in writing doon po sa lingwahe or dialect na maintindihan ng both parties. Proceedings, public. This is about the proceedings for settlement. So, it is in the form of public and informal. Pwede yan na merong mga merong mga audience or during the settlement, pwedeng merong mga relatives of both parties present, no? However, sabi niya dito, provided that the barangay captain or the pangkat may motu proprio or If upon request of a party ay gusto niyang i-exclude yung public from the proceedings para maging private, no? In the interest of privacy, decency, or public morals, especially kung yung kaso is very sensitive, halimbawa, baka about rape or baka about about concubinage or adultery, o, di ba? Nakakahiya ang mga iyon. So, those are the instances wherein hindi pwedeng i-public yung proceedings. Effect of amicable settlement and arbitration award. The amicable settlement and arbitration award shall have the force and effect of a final judgment of the court upon the expiration of 10 days from the date thereof, unless repudiation of the settlement has been made or a petition for nullification of the award has been filed before the proper city or municipal court. So kung walang mga problema na ito, walang repudiation, walang nullification, mag-take effect yung arbitration award within 10 days from the date it was made. Meaning, no, kung ano man yung mga napagkasunduan ay dapat nang gawin. Execution, the amicable settlement or arbitration award may be enforced by execution within 1 year from the date of the settlement. So may ikanti may sanga tawon pangarigan on the part of the offender, yung nakabasol nga aramiden ken ited amin dagijay na pagkasunduan during the settlement. After the lapse of such time, the settlement may be enforced by action appropriate city municipal court. Kung on the part of the offender, hindi naman niya ginawa or sinunod yung mga napagkasunduan doon, ang mag-i-enforce or mag-i-execute ay ang city or municipal court on that particular area. Repudiation, any party to the dispute may within 10 days from the date of settlement repudiate the same by filing within the barangay captain a statement to that effect sworn to before him, for the consent is vitiated by fraud, violence, or intimidation. Such repudiation shall be sufficient basis for the issuance of certification for filing a complaint. Okay? Transmittal of settlement and award to court. The Secretary of the Lupon shall transmit the settlement of arbitration award to the local city or municipal court within 5 days from the date of the award, or the lapse of 10 days period for repudiating the settlement, and shall furnish copies thereof to each of the parties to settlement and the barangay captain. Okay, so this ends our slide. For your activities, as I have said, your activities is located at the last part of your module. So for your activities, I gave multiple choices and essay. Doon po sa essay, of course, the basis of answering is the things that we have discussed today, and of course, from the thorough reading and understanding and the analysis of your lesson, and you can also uh, have additional input by reading the suggested reference there in your uh, module. So you have there under reference, we have the suggested readings. You can research for this for additional input. So thank you for being with me, and until the next lesson. Good day.